So, hello and welcome to my concluding lecture. I am Dr. Pradip Kumar Mahata. I am going to discuss about the last 10 questions of 2004 UGC NET December session. So, let's start. So, our first question is from criticism and literary theory. This portion is very important because so many questions have been asked from this portion. So you need to be careful more if you prepare or you want to score more in UGC NET examination in English literature. So be careful. So new criticism consider text as. So first option is cultural construct. It is wrong. Second option is historical construct. It is also wrong. Then linguistic construct. It is also wrong. So new criticism consider text as autotelic object. That means text tell itself. Okay. So why others are not wrong? Option A, focus on cultural materialism. Second one, historical construction, focus on new historicism. And linguistic construct is focus on structuralist linguistics. So all these three are incorrect. Only autotelic object is correct. New criticism treated as a work of literature as an autotelic object. Experience an audience at the resolution of the tragedy. Then option D, a publication. No, it is another a wrong question because it is printing and distribution of text. So A wrong answer, B wrong answer, C wrong answer, D wrong answer, and C is the publication is the correct answer. Next question. The rejection of universalism is mark of. So which literary theory rejects universalism? First one is deconstruction. It is a wrong answer because it targets on structural binaries and hierarchies of text. New criticism. No, it is again a wrong answer because restructure literature within specific historical context is its motto. Then structuralism. So option C looks the universal understanding underlying law across human language and culture. So this one is also a wrong. Option D as correct answer. The post-colonial criticism. The post-colonial criticism rejects ecocentric universalism, argues that it threats Western culture standard as a global baseline, while ingoing colonial histories and regional identities. So this option D is a correct answer. Eliot's theory of objective correlative, remember, very important, objective correlative, appears in his essay entitled, first one is the three voices of poetry. No, it is a wrong answer because it outlines dramatic poetic voice. So this one is wrong answer. The tradition and the individual talent, this one is also wrong answer because it formulates the historical scenes and impersonality. The metaphysical poets, this one is also wrong because it introduced the concept of disassociation sensibility. Then the correct answer is option D, Hamlet and his problem. This particular essay we can get this particular theory which is called objective correlative. And remember, it is very important, very important for upcoming exams. Okay. So be careful. The sprung rhyme is an example of. So sprung rhyme is an example of verse. No, it is a wrong answer because it is a general term of poetry. Okay, so option B, a syllable, again wrong answer because it's a single unit of pronunciation. Then stress, it is also wrong because it refers individual syllabic emphasis rather than over charming rhymic system. So option D is the correct answer because a sprung rhyme is a poetic meter developed by G.M. Hopkins where each poetic feat begins with a stressed syllable followed by a variable number of unstressed syllables. So this particular option D is a correct answer. More is thy due than more than all can pay is an example of. This question is from rhetoric, remember. So example of weak ending. No, this one is not on weak ending because it requires an unstressed syllable at the line end, which we cannot find. So this one is wrong. Then inversion, yes, this one is correct because more is thy due and pay. So these are the inversion. This line is Shakespeare's Macbeth demonstrates inversion. That means enter stop, which reverses standard grammatical or word order to maintain a poetic iambic pentameter. Then Alexandrine, it is a wrong option because it is a line containing 6 syllabic feet. So it is not 6 syllabic feet. The extra syllable, it is again wrong. It refers to hypermetrical lines containing the additional unaccented syllable. So this one is from the prosodic part, and it is also very important. You need to prepare about the all feet, meters and syllables like that, trisyllabic. Okay, so well, in my channel you may got a video of prosody also and rhetoric. You can go and see the video carefully, and I will provide the link in the description box. Don't worry. Unrhymed metrical composition consisting 5 iambic measures in each line called. So first one, option 1 is royal rhyme. So royal rhyme, it's a wrong answer because in royal rhyme there is a 7 line stanza rhyming A B B C C. Okay, so this one is a wrong one. Option B again wrong. Run on line, it refers enjambment, whether the sentence run over the baseline break. The C, option C is the correct one. Blank verse consists unrhymed lines written in regular iambic pentameter popularized by Christopher Marlowe and William Shakespeare in Elizabethan drama. So it is a correct answer. The option D is Spenserian stanza, again wrong because it is a line of 9 line stanza ending with Alexandrine line. So this A, B and D are wrong answers, wrong options. The correct option is option C, blank verse. So next question, verse stories dealing with chivalry, knight errantry and enchantments, love are known as. So the epic, no, epic is a long narrative poem. Okay, a ballad is an emotional and sad poem. It is a song like narrative. No, the ode Okay, option C, no, it is also not correct. It is a format of lyric dedicated praising the specific subject. So the correct answer is the metrical romance. Yes, the metrical romance were a popular genre of medieval uh, narrative poetry that details the adventure, chivalry codes, and courtly love. Knights figures are available. So option D is our correct answer. Now we are moving to the last question of this session. So he is a citizen of no mean city is an example of periphrasis. No, periphrasis is a wrong option because it is an abundant way of speaking. That means circumlocution. No, it is not one. So tautology is not. No, it is a wrong option because it needless repetition of same idea in different words. So this line is not like this. So prolepsis, no, it is again a wrong option because it anticipating an answer and objection before it raised. So our correct answer is litotes, because litotes is a figure of speech that argues understand a negative expression to affirm positive attribute. Now no mean city indicates a great prominent city. Yes, no mean city. Yeah, negation, there is a negation, and mean means lower quality. Okay, that I oppositely mean a very prominent city. So this option D is our correct answer. So while we are attempting to answering the OMR seat in UGC NET in CBT, we need to apply our sixth and some time to identify the correct answer. Okay, so if you know in details the others option also, it will be very easy to determine the correct answer. So in this lecture from part 1 to part 5 we are also analyzing all the wrong answers also, because sometime we have seen in the UGC NET paper that questions have been set from the wrong options, and so many students are not solving the wrong options. That's why they miss to choose the correct answer. But in my lecture, if you follow regularly or watch regularly, I will again promise you to I will explain the wrong answers also, why they are not appropriate to the question, and it may be if you lack favor, it may be occur in your upcoming examination. So PYQ analysis is very important because it can help you to determine which area you should focus for the UGC NET exam to achieve a higher rank in UGC NET exam, to achieve your aim for assistant professor in colleges and university. So this is the concluding question of this session 2004. So we will again meet you again in 2005 series. So till then, take care and goodbye.